Happy Friday, as the kids say, on this February 23rd. I hope you guys are well. Yeah, we're a couple days later than normal with the weekly update this week, but kind of got busy midweek this week. Hope you understand. Anyway, things are fairly quiet right now, but there are some notable exceptions. Let's get you started with the satellite imagery. And during this update, we're going to be talking about when to expect warmth surging towards 70 degrees for many areas across the east central United States. And we're also talking about the return of spring thunderstorms. Could we see the potential of an outbreak of severe weather as we head on into next week? We'll be talking about that. Right now, we're talking about the jet stream pattern and broad troughiness across the eastern United States. You can see by the cloud patterns there, you do have pretty good little low pressure just offshore, providing some showers for the east coast. You've got another reinforcing shot of some cold air, another front making its way through the Great Lakes right now, and you do have energy moving into the southwest. So that's what's occurring. Let's take a look at those jet stream winds as we are dealing with that trough of low pressure in the upper levels, excuse me, across the eastern U.S., and then you have this attendant low that's really dictating the speed that storm systems are moving along the west coast, kind of slowing things up. But we'll be watching the ejection of that particular storm system as we head on into next week, along with some northern branch energy that we think will likely set the stage for some pretty nasty conditions. All right, as far as the U.S. is concerned right now, there's just not a lot happening. This is good this time of the year. These are all the National Weather Service watches, warnings, and advisories. We've got a little red flag warning there for parts of southeastern Missouri, make that far southeastern Kansas and western Missouri. And then you have I believe that's a wind advisory down here near Jacksonville. You got high wind watches and warnings across the Pacific Northwest and the higher elevations of the Northern Rockies, the Cascades, where there are winter storm warnings posted for that next storm system. As far as the rest of the area, things are pretty quiet. So with that being said, let's jump on into some of these models here. And I'll let you take a look at these yourself, and we'll watch that next storm as we head on into next week, which, again, I think does garner watching. So let's go on over to the models. We'll start you with the jet stream, painted by our friends over at the European Forecast Center. These graphics brought to you by Weatherbell. All right, so jet stream pattern, basically this is now. You can see that pretty tight little shortwave going across the southeast today, tonight, early tomorrow. That'll strengthen a low largely offshore, not to affect the United States. We'll continue to watch this until we watch the ejection of that low I was just telling you about. That California low, you want to watch that. And also with another piece of energy moving in from the north. These two are going to merge, and they're going to eject out of the Rockies here for the middle portions of next week. And depending on how it all comes together, it looks like it could be a sizable storm. I'm going to take a look at two different scenarios for next week. One is the European. This is the European forecast model with precipitation in both green and blue. The blue snow, the green, of course, rain, and it also has lines of equal pressure. And then what we're watching is Tuesday night according to the European forecast model, where it's got pretty good front from the Great Lakes down through the Ohio River Valley into the lower Mississippi River Valley. But because of the timing of it, severe weather would be somewhat less likely, I think, in this scenario here. Still could have some strong storms and some high winds, and a pretty good snowstorm for parts of the Great Lakes you can see as well, with that primary low tracking across northern Michigan and into Quebec. All right, quite a bit of wind behind that too, so that's a sharp storm system. I want to take a look at the GFS because it's a little bit of a different solution here. And the GFS is slower, and that allows us to get into some heating on Wednesday before the passage of that front. This may be a little more likely for that potential severe weather across portions of the east central United States. Probably not further north than I would think than maybe the Ohio River Valley, somewhere like that. But it does look like there are some markers there. If we go on over to the severe weather parameters, I have not looked at these yet, but I would expect we do have some parameters to look at. And here it is. Largely, It's that plume of instability, and actually a lot of this makes its way north on Tuesday, and then you can see it kind of dwindles a little bit during the day on Wednesday, but that potential of some active thunderstorms anytime this time of the year. You're going to have active jet stream winds, as we have already shown you. So severe weather would be on the table. This is the European forecast model looking at those CAPE values, convective available potential energy values for Tuesday and during the day Tuesday, largely before they fade away Tuesday night. All right, so we're watching that. Let's move on out a little further because there's another storm, according to the Euro, that comes in behind it. And that also, this is the upper storm, digs into the southwest. This is around Saturday the 17th, Sunday the 18th. And if that occurs, then again, and we're talking about the potential of more severe weather. I gave you the wrong dates. This is going to be, March 3rd through the 4th. So looking out here about 10 days, 9 to 10 days from now. Could be another pretty good storm. All right, with that being said, a lot of time between now and next week. I would earmark, though, that Tuesday, Wednesday time frame for the possibility of some stronger thunderstorms. As far as the outlook, though, otherwise, I think we're looking at a pretty warm outlook. Take a look at what the Climate Prediction Center has as far as the temperature probabilities in the 8 to 14 day range. And it's a pretty good chunk across the central United States. That's going to be, and I don't know why. This should have been updated. Hold on. We'll do this in real time. There it is. There we go. Eastern U.S. It should be with the very much above normal temperatures here as we head on into that 8 to 14 day range. So it's going to come with some warmth, and with the warmth will also come with some moisture, above normal precipitation for most of the continental United States over the next 8 to 14 days. So anyway, it looks pretty active. Again, a pair of storm systems. The first one Tuesday, Wednesday of next week that bears watching, and then another one coming next weekend, not this weekend, but next weekend that bears watching for the potential, at least, of severe weather. In the meantime, lots of kind of early spring-like weather to talk about. Enjoy the warmth, enjoy the sunshine. Doesn't it feel good? You guys stay blessed, and we'll talk to you again soon.